Welcome back to 52 Weeks of Gaming. This week I decided to do a game that I didn't really know it was even coming out until pretty much, 2 weeks before it came out. And considering that I had played the rest of the games in the series, I figured it would have been a good thing to kind of go and do and follow up on, and that was Streets of Rage 4. Play the first 3 as part of that Sega collection pack. It's 52 Weeks of Gaming, I do believe 2 years ago, so make sure to go check that out. But Streets of Rage 4 was announced and came out end of April, and I felt that since I played the other ones and I knew kind of about the story but not too much, I should go and play it. Now, as I said, it came out at the end of April, so April 30th of 2020 is when it came out on Windows, Nintendo, Switch, PS4, Xbox One, all the modern consoles. It was developed by a combination of companies of Dotemu, Lizard Cube, and Guard Crush Games. Now, the game itself does follow along with the overall story for Streets of Rage, taking place years after Streets of Rage 3 and with new villains, but bringing back the characters from Streets of Rage previously. So you have Axel, you have Blaze, and you have Adam, as well as Cherry, who is Adam's daughter, and Floyd, who was the apprentice of Dr. Zan from Streets of Rage 3. So you have all of those. You have a bunch of other characters that are coming back as far as villains and just overall ideas. And it follows the same side-scrolling beat-em-up style that Streets of Rage is known for, and pretty much the same characters and unique moves that each person has, an overall idea. It is something that kind of was the fan favorite and brought back with the updated art style and just improved mechanics and just gameplay overall. As far as what I thought of it, considering I played the first 3 and they were difficult, I really enjoyed Streets of Rage 4. I thought it was a fun side-scroller beat-em-up game. I thought that the art style was very unique and definitely cartoony and defined. I mean, the way that they typically go and do that, at least from my perspective, is that you draw the character and then make the outer edge of the character a bit bolder to kind of make it more defined against a 2D background. So it's kind of this like 2.5D side-scrolling sort of gameplay that you go and have. You have the characters that are like villains and typical bad guys from the older games that got updated graphics. So overall, it's just really updated and definitely fits in a modern game sort of genre of side-scroller beat-em-ups, and doesn't look too old at all. And definitely, even with its stage selection stuff that you can go and do, because there's these arcade machines that you can use the taser on, and it takes you back to a boss fight from one of the older games. That it's really interesting seeing the art styles being different, and even opposite that, you could unlock all of the characters from Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3, as far as, or not all of them, but most of them as far as playable characters. And so it's really funny playing as like Axel from the first Streets of Rage in Streets of Rage 4, because you have this like 16-bit sort of style that's going against the current graphics that are in the game, and just makes it pretty unique and a lot of fun. And it's definitely something that, with its multiple modes of having the campaign to go through the story, and then the stage select as they would have, and arcade is playing through all of it without saves, as it would be in an arcade, and then boss rush, which is just each end of each stage has a boss that you have to go and fight, and then crazy difficulties from like easy, normal, hard, hardest, and then mania. So you have all these different things. You can play online with 2 people, play in person with 4. So it's definitely the side-scroller beat-em-up that's really defined a bunch of things. Has plenty of different sorts of secrets in it and Easter eggs that are in the game. I don't want to talk about all of them because there'd be a whole separate video and people have made videos on them. But overall, the game is a lot of fun. And it has all these things in it, and I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. I'm not the biggest fan of fighting games, but side-scroller beat-em-ups are kind of like the little asterisk that I have on fighting games that I go and enjoy because they're fighting, but they're not fighting, and beat 'em ups are always a lot of fun. See Scott Pilgrim. So it's definitely something that I really enjoyed. It's something that I would say that anyone who's played Streets of Rage 1, 2, or 3 definitely should go and play. And it's something that anyone who likes side-scroller beat-em-up should go and play, even if they haven't, because they have the scrolling text in the beginning, so it's not the most crucial to know about the first 3 games. It does help, but you can kind of go into this one without any idea and still have a fun time with it. So I'm kind of excited to see what they're going to do next, if they're going to keep it going, just because of how long it's been since Streets of Rage 3 came out, like 20 years, at least. I want to say closer to like 25. So it's definitely something that I'm curious if they're going to do a 5 or a 6 or what they're going to go and do for it, and kind of see if they continue this story on, because I think it could be a lot of fun, and I'm just waiting to see what comes next.